Welcome back to Cape Critiquers, everybody. Today we are talking about Daredevil Born Again, Episode 8, Isle of Joy. A lot to feel joyous about.
It certainly was. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Woo! Yeah. We're fucking back!
So bad.
I don't think it's perfect, but it's like
it was so much better.
So much better.
Oh
Perfect,
my god!
But it's damn
like it's still
so
suffering from like the fucking plot issues of the previous 7 episodes.
I don't care. I threw all the first 7 episodes away just to enjoy this one.
I might just have to sit down and watch 1 and 8 and then see how
You
that
might as
melts
well,
together.
honestly. They kind of like set it up where you could do that if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So
And you had mentioned that this is the same writer,
it's the same writer, yeah.
but the directors are now
Yeah, it's Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead who did Loki.
I just cannot believe the night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. And again, there wasn't a lot of Daredevil in suit.
No.
You know, actually, I don't think he was at all.
Yeah, I don't think he is at all.
But from beginning to end, you felt the tension. You felt
that's
you
that's
felt-
what has been missing was
Right,
the tension,
Exactly.
And
And
suspense.
And actually building on previous plot
Yes.
way that you care about.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of stuff that was missing is in this episode. One thing that I was thinking about watching one of our previous discussions, you mentioned just how lacking their interpretation of Fisk was throughout this whole thing.
Yeah.
I felt like this one, he was that 4D chess
yeah,
type of guy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
He was present.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he spoke.
And the
people
white-
listened. People
The
had
white
fear.
suit.
Mm-hmm.
The white suit looks so good on him, and he's getting bigger. Like
there's
like we mentioned.
something great that they're doing with colors in this episode too. Fisk is represented in the white,
Yep.
And then
Matt
there's
in the
white.
red, and
Yeah.
Bullseye in the blue.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit too much like going overboard when they were doing like they would show this one color and like all the other lights would fade and would like go to a blue light.
I thought it was cool
Yeah.
because that was actually all practical.
I mean, still, I just say I don't give a shit about that. I'm saying how it
No,
looks.
I'm saying just from a technical
I
standpoint.
mean, still, it's just like even like it's like going for this weird like Euphoria does that type of shit, and like
Yeah.
I'd say it works there, but like for this, it's just weird.
I would disagree. I think it helped to kind of put you into the mind frame of each of the characters when they did it.
I don't know. I think it's kind of over-explaining a little bit.
Eh.
'Cause, like, he's
pref-
blue.
I prefer this than the direction of the last.
I mean, yeah, but you're kind of talking around the point here.
I'm not though.
You are.
But I don't.
I don't know. I just think it over-explains
win?
it too much,
I'm like,
in my
okay.
opinion. One question I had is why was the bar owner and Cherry there, like at the bar,
Why was Cherry at the bar?
and the bar owner?
Yeah, he
Because it kind of
shows
He just
up.
showed
seemed like
up, yeah.
coincidental
Well,
that like they were all there.
Well, she
Sherry
owns
was
the bar.
and Sherry was
But, like, does she
following.
live there too?
She was talking about potentially
Reopening.
reopening.
Yeah, if the neighborhood
Yeah.
wants
I
it.
guess it's just weird. Like after a year, for them all to converge at
Well,
that
Sherry
same
was
point.
following Matt.
Yeah,
Well,
basically.
Yeah, I think she mentions like she
Mhm.
tipped off Cherry that Matt was there as well.
Mm.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That was just some weird.
I actually like that scene a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gives like good characterization to both Cherry and Josie,
Yeah.
and they actually offer like perspective on stuff that helps push the story forward. And
Yeah.
then you have Matt like
Figuring out that Foggy was actually
Yeah.
there
Celebrating.
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
because of the booze he was drinking.
also like I think it's Matt's interpretation of what's happened.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be my big theory is that Foggy is not dead.
I'm starting to lean towards that myself.
Just
Is
the
that the-
conversation between him and Vanessa later in the episode, where she's like, you know,
I didn't
he's
kill
like-
him.
Well, she doesn't say that.
I
Really.
thought she did
I mean,
say
she
that.
kind of does, but like she's like responding to Matt being like, I know that you had Foggy killed, and she's like, you need to calm down. Like I didn't kill him. It's not like her saying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the one that did it.
But she knows something
Yeah.
about it.
I did something about it seems like it's too on the nose for Matt to just get it.
Mm-hmm.
It would be interesting if they do a thing where like it's this whole thing where like, oh, Kingpin has his own prison or jail for this guy, but then Vanessa also has her own jail for this guy.
Yeah.
Just like a reflection duality
Mm-hmm.
thing there.
I don't know. Now you just confused me.
Yeah.
Well, because they also have.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No,
I just
I
fucking
honestly
started
think
something.
Vanessa was the one that set up Foggy.
That's what I.
I mean, to me, that's just what I
think
think.
she set it
That's
up.
what I think.
I
I think
it's
she
a-
set up to have Foggy killed.
I don't think he's dead though.
and
I
you
think
still,
he's-
I think he's done.
I think he's dead.
I feel like
I
if
think
they
he's
would
toast.
do it, they'd have it he just faked his own death and made it look like he died to like everybody that was trying to get him.
Well, there's something deeper going on still, because there's the whole thing with Bullseye where it's like he's talking about, he was like, oh, I was like promised that I wouldn't be put in like Gen Pop. And like who promised him that? And then like they say like Fisk moved him out of there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like Fisk has knowledge of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with that. Like obviously he was hired to do this, but then he's being like wronged.
So
I agree. That's the only part that confused me, because I figured if Vanessa actually hired him to do what he did and then tried screwing him over in prison, he'd have been taking a shot at Vanessa. But he actually took the shot at
Fisk.
Fisk.
So is something else going? Is there another figure that's playing everybody else? 'Cause
Owlman.
That's
Oh man, no. That's
And
the guy from season
Yeah,
3.
that
Two?
he gets fucking killed. He's played by the warden from Shawshank.
Yeah.
The guy that Foggy was hiding, we have like no idea why.
It was his client that he was celebrating, that whole thing.
Yeah, but we don't know what his client actually did or who he was involved with.
Yeah,
right?
not really.
He's like not even
But I guess we're led to believe it's something
that would
that
hurt.
Vanessa has a hand in.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't know. It could just be that Vanessa wanted to fuck this guy over, or wanted to fuck Matt over still.
Well, I'm just saying because Matt says like he was celebrating and like someone didn't want him to win that case.
Yeah, he knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
And he was taken out. But yeah, all right, that part's still in the dark.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out next episode.
Because it's true. Matt took 10 years of organization away from Kingpin.
Yeah, he definitely
But
did.
she rebuilt everything. So she
Yeah.
was rolling.
Yeah.
You know? So
I still think that there is just something deeper with this. Like, it would be weird for them to fully reveal it the episode before the finale, is all I'm going to say.
What do you guys think about BB and how her
I like
whole
that a
thing is?
lot.
I actually love the way that's turning
Yeah.
into what
The whole
she's doing.
thing where it's like, because every time she was on the screen, I couldn't help but be like, this guy murdered your fucking uncle.
Yeah. But now learning that she's actually got her own thing, her
Yeah.
own line
Yeah.
to take him down, beautiful the way they set that up.
I still feel like we're not really seeing like consequences from her actions too much. Like it's kind of like they're just building like a canon with her.
right.
Yeah, and also this was the first episode after everything
Yeah, I'm just saying.
of the old production crew.
And also, I wish we saw more of Kingpin actually being like a bad mayor. Like bad for the people. Because I mean, the closest thing is probably that like he's fucking gentrifying some like place and making like high-rise buildings. But
Also, he's doing a lot of shady dealings now.
but
behind
I'm
the
saying
scenes.
like I kind of compare it to like LBJ, where it's like, oh, this guy fucking did some like very shady stuff with the CIA and everything, but like kind of the best president. I don't know. It's just a little bit weird to me.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with mostly 99% of this episode. The part that really bothered me was when his task force took that guy in the back in the kitchen
Yeah, yeah.
about to
Put his
bring that
hand
up.
in the...
and put his hand in front of the commissioner of police.
I
Like,
told him you're not in
I don't-
charge.
yeah,
of
I
it.
don't work
take
for
you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, that's a little over the top.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Why did you feel that way, though, that it was over the top?
Because he's still the
like,
commissioner of police, and they're still police officers.
Yeah.
So they still have to present themselves as some kind of unified good.
Yeah.
And
I think we're going to really start to see the extent of this task force next episode.
I'm sure.
I
I
have a
think
feeling.
they have more power, and like just Fisk has more power than you know.
I mean, we
the
don't know what
commissioner.
they've been doing
Yeah.
in the meantime.
Well,
I know.
Matt mentions also that they've been assaulting civilians.
Right,
Yeah.
correct. But we don't know how bad
Yeah.
or how widespread.
Well,
Another thing is
they also said that 30% of vigilante
Crime is
crime
down.
is down. So that means they're really going out there and
But who are they
I think
getting?
that was a
We
lie,
don't really know
honestly.
who they're
Yeah,
getting.
I thought
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
That would be.
They
I
just
would
said
like
it. It was just one of those things that they said.
yeah. Because I mean, like, how do you even measure that?
Now,
yeah.
Fucking what is a vigilante?
Also, just like
criminal?
where is Spider-Man?
when did Fisk figure out
Okay.
that what's his name?
That
is
guy's the swordsman.
the swordsman.
It's a rumor, right?
Yeah, that was a little bit shitty. That
Yeah.
was just like a rumor
Yeah.
that people know, I guess.
I do hope we get to see him.
Yeah.
I could like
I have a
believe
feeling we
though
might
that the
see
Kingpin would know.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I don't like that it's a rumor and like that's
Yeah.
just how it's presented. Like, that there isn't a thing where like, oh, we see him figuring out this thing and like almost exclusive, and then him just saying it's a rumor.
But is it the
to fuck
task
with him, I
force?
guess.
Maybe it would be nice, like if it was a task force, so they saw that video and then they started questioning people.
That would
in
yeah,
that
would've
video.
made
great,
sense.
just to like
Right.
make
Yeah.
connections.
Yeah.
You could, yeah, I agree. You could have used that.
Another thing with the reporters that like reporters are just fucking like crazy people, and like that guy probably would fucking talk about how like he got fucking assaulted like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean if we don't see him with BB, I don't know, I won't like that a little bit less.
It was for me. It was a little funny because when I saw him, Kingpin and the Swordsman interact, the mustache keeps reminding me of Lalo Salamanca.
Yeah.
from Breaking Bad. So I'm like, you don't know who you're talking to right now.
Yeah.
This guy will just shoot you. But
I
anyway,
can't unsee him as Law as well.
It's so bad. I was like,
Thinking of that one scene where he fucking jumps like 20 feet onto the car.
I still dig the fact that Kingpin and Vanessa know that Matt's Daredevil.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's kind of like you would assume that it would be so easy for them just to say what this fucking guy is, but they don't.
They get close to it a few times.
They
on the
do.
dance floor,
I
yeah.
mean, like, but they say it to him, like that. When
He
she
says
said
to him, like, devil.
does your girlfriend know you're Daredevil?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. And then he was about, I think, to tell the psychiatrist.
Well,
You know, there's
he's
a lot.
definitely who was building that up. You know,
Yeah.
does he tell you what he does at night? All that stuff. You know,
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
like that.
But it's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have did this at any time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and ruined them. So it's an interesting relationship.
We're like inching close to what we all kind of were talking about that we wanted last episode, where it was like you brought it up, like he should just ruin his fucking life.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
he can.
He can.
right.
Well,
I don't know. I
Very
feel like it's
easily.
kind of supposed to be like maybe Heather has been doing that, or maybe Vanessa has been doing that.
Yeah.
But speaking of Heather, though, what do you think about like that whole scene earlier on with Heather where she's like talking about how she killed Muse?
I'm sorry, she's got to go still.
She's
She's got to go.
I feel like
a dumbass.
they don't know how to
because-
write psychiatrists either,
I
because like they're
guess.
kind of just like they're using it as an excuse to like over-explain, just like easily explain.
You're going to wind up cutting this. She's the perfect example of people that watch fucking Fox News, where it's obvious, but she takes the twisted path to logic. Daredevil didn't save. Daredevil's just as bad as the guy that tried to kill me.
Well,
No,
yeah.
but he was fucking there to
She
save you.
doesn't even get the opportunity to shoot Muse if Daredevil doesn't show
Wasn't-
up.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
She's dead.
I think that they are writing her well, though, in the sense that she does have this twisted narrative against vigilantes
Yeah.
that almost parallels Fisk,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
she's viewing it from a different point.
yeah.
I do think that that's done well.
Yeah, she's viewing it as, I was the victim. I killed that man, but
It offers
Daredevil's just as, like, it's almost blaming Daredevil for making me
Yeah.
kill the...
Yeah.
it offers a nice contradiction in her and Matt's relationship, outside of the fact that he
Yeah.
just isn't very present and he doesn't fucking listen to her.
Correct.
The one weird scene to me is when the door, there was a knock at the door and they had no idea who it was. And it's early in the
New
morning.
Wesley.
Yeah, and it's the Wesley guy, and he's like, "How do you know this guy?" Like freaking out, like, "No, you can't know this guy. You can't have a relationship." And then he puts two and two together. You are
Well, that's
Fisk is your
I like
client.
the fact that they're slowly closing his world in on him, where
Yeah.
it's like
Yep.
the
Definitely.
Fisks and
Yeah.
Vanessa are
I
ruining
will-
his fucking life.
Except
Yeah.
it's a retcon. They met in the same day.
Yeah, right.
Heather and Kingpin.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a retcon, but it is better, so I'll just accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just find the coincidence way too much. I don't need her in the story, honestly.
Yeah, it takes a big city and makes it so much smaller.
Yeah.
It really does.
I mean, she
you
had
know?
Muse as a client.
Yeah.
She's got the
yeah.
mayor as
That's
a
what I mean.
client.
It takes this big city,
And she's
all
dating
these people.
Daredevil.
Yeah, she
And
might as well have
it makes it
Bullseye as a
small.
fucking client.
Muse
too.
is still probably the worst part of it, but making it so like Vanessa probably set it up so that like she isn't dating him because of her, but like Vanessa figured out that Matt's dating a therapist and is now paying for that therapist.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Only because
That would
it would
put
fall
feel nice.
under Kingpin's
Yeah.
ability to always be 5 steps ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like if this was already all pre-planned in his head that this is working out exactly, I would actually accept that. Yeah.
I think that's kind of what they implied it
Yeah.
to be retcon too.
Yeah, because like you can kind of say that given the conversation between Vanessa and Heather where she's like, because I know it's because like she killed Adam and now they're on good terms, but you can kind of see her being like, oh, I think we're actually good on the therapy
Yeah.
stuff.
my
now
use for
now
you
that
is
it's
finished,
all
right?
kind of culminating here at the
Yeah.
ball, you
Yeah.
can kind of
Yeah, she's definitely got a bigger strength since season or the last
Show, yeah.
Mhm.
And
Well, she said she
Yeah.
always said like she wanted to be a part of his world.
yeah, well, she's definitely a big part of it. I mean, they're at these political dinners and such, and she's talking with people and making decisions. It's
Yeah.
pretty wild.
I gotta apologize about the guy that plays Bullseye.
Wilson Bethel.
Yeah,
He's
I
good.
wasn't, and I think the last time I was like, I don't really like him. He is
Yeah.
awesome.
I like
that
him.
he's
in the
like
last
incredible.
the last
Awesome.
episode.
I think we almost have to start talking about like greatest comic book castings of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Wilson
was.
Bethel is
Wow.
up there for me.
This
as
episode-
Bullseye.
when
I'm a big fan.
Proved it, yeah.
when he was in the emergency room, whatever, when they were stitching him up, and he smiled with the tooth.
Oh, my
that was
God.
That's right out of the comic.
Fucking sick.
I was like, it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
You know?
so
But how much
good.
How much stocking power does he have with his mouth?
Oh man,
The-
yeah, you just
Well,
throw
don't
it
worry.
over.
I mean,
it was loose.
Okay.
It was loose.
Okay.
Gable,
I do
right?
think it is a bit weird how like
Like,
he
He's been in
almost
jail a long
only
time.
did that because Matt like gave him the opportunity.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
Right.
yeah.
they should have at least made him like more provoking, I guess, like more intentionally
Yeah.
provoking.
To Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
like the idea though that Matt's like, no pun intended, blind rage.
Yeah.
Kind of being a mistake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Is
think
what leads to that.
making fucking more of Bullseye like a factor in his own escape.
I will say though, I'm just loving Bullseye's inclusion because like he's been gone for 7 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serious.
And the way that he so seamlessly is brought back into it, I think
Yeah.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Not only just because of like the whole thing where he's like, in another life you'd probably be defending me because that's what good men do, right? They defend their worst enemies. There's 2 things about that. Obviously Matt does that in the end and jumps
Yeah.
in front of the bullet for Fisk.
Yeah.
I also like the dynamic though that Bullseye thinks he's Matt's worst enemy
Yeah.
and like he just isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely something more to that where their rivalry is going to get pushed, I think, continually because he just so fucking badly wants to like mirror Matt.
Yeah.
There's.
Yeah.
Hell, he's even wore the suit.
Yeah.
So,
I
And
got
he killed his best friend.
yeah.
I mean, come
theory.
on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm thinking too much into it, but also just with the in my head, the way everyone was dressed, like color coded in the ball, was it was interesting how Matt's girlfriend wore white
Yeah.
and Vanessa wore red, and then when they switched, it almost felt like because she's starting to get the same mindset as Fisk,
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
great
Oh, yeah.
point. Wow.
which
Yeah.
they're both white.
Yeah, right.
They're
She
both
was dancing
like,
with Fisk.
yeah,
and-
they're both starting to get that same mindset of like fuck vigilantes.
Yeah.
And Fisk is slowly getting into her head, while Vanessa wore red, and she was also like, but she also doesn't want her husband as mayor anymore. She doesn't like that idea, I don't think, because she made other moves against him behind his back already.
Yeah.
So it was just very odd, the very different, I don't even know how to explain it,
Yeah.
situation.
Cape Critiquers, we just got our first James Deep analysis.
Oh, that's
Very
funny.
nice.
Yeah, no, that's great. I
Yeah.
love
I
it.
don't know, I just thought of it.
What'd you think of the conversation in front of Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just kind of
Mhm.
solidifies that she has always been by his side and she
Yeah.
kind of always will be.
Or was it
Bull crap.
no? Or
No?
I was just gonna say, was it that she knew she had no other choice
I think
but
that
to
was
kill
it.
him? Because I honestly thought if she didn't, Fisk was gonna rub her
I
out.
I think if she doesn't, he can't be the Kingpin.
Yeah.
That's like, that was the last like caveat to him going back into that life.
Mhm.
You
Right.
know, is like he can't do it unless
Without her.
she gets rid of Adam.
Right.
Mhm.
What I'm saying from her point of view was if she decided to say he's innocent, let him go,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would not be the Kingpin that we know he's going to be because he said he can't do anything. He can't be him
Yeah.
without her.
Yeah.
But I think she'd have wound up.
I don't know if he has the power to do it if she kind of not disowns him, but I guess.
I know. But coming from a guy, I can understand his feeling. As long as this fucking guy is around, I could never forget what you did,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I promised you I'm not going to kill him. I can keep him here forever, but
Yeah.
every time I look at you, I'm still going to see him. You know, it's a good,
Yeah.
it was an excellent scene.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, but at the same time, that like plot thread is almost like too underdeveloped, but like also given too much time. They, like, just spread out too
True.
long.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like
Yeah.
it's a thing from the first episode, I
Yeah.
think. So
But here's also my thing, though, and you mentioned it, like, either you or my dad mentioned it. You could watch episode 1 and go right to this episode.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think so.
And I think it would probably flow better.
Yeah.
one thing I was thinking of, kind of similar to that, is I wonder what Bullseye as a character is like if you haven't watched the original show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Also
like
crazy to think
no
they
setup.
they
Yeah.
almost didn't bring him back.
Yeah.
Like, what even would this show have been
Mm-hmm.
I feel
without
like we
him?
looked at something once where it was like, this is what season 4 would have been.
Well, that was the original showrunner.
Yeah.
Said he was going to do, like, Typhoid Mary.
Yeah.
And I think Owlman's son was going to do something. I don't know. That's way besides the point.
So they go down into that basement where Adam is. She has no idea this place exists until this day.
Right.
On the wall is the white painting.
Yes.
She says nothing about it.
Some things don't need words.
Yeah.
But it's something that she knows meant something for him. She gave it to him.
Yes.
Some things don't need words.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Also,
maybe that's just
To James.
even if they just had her glance at it, it would have
to
meant
James's point,
something.
the ending of the episode, Kingpin ends up looking like that.
Looking
painting.
like the painting. I know. Well, that's why I'm bringing this
And
up.
it's like
and
that
so, but so does
Daredevil is a fucking stain.
so
to
does
his, perfect.
the
world.
doctor.
World. Yeah.
She does as well.
Yeah.
Because she's over Matt with his blood on.
It's also a good flip of what typically happens with Matt.
Mm-hmm.
That would how he just fucking dropped him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Jesus, this guy just took a bullet for
Took
you.
a bullet for you and you just fucking drop him.
Well, because they was whisking Fisk away.
Fisk away. Yeah.
Fisking away.
I don't know.
Also,
I feel like
no, he just fucking hates Matt Murdock.
You know,
Yeah.
that too. But
I think he just dropped him.
Yeah, I'm sure he did, but I think they kind of wanted him out of there. Matt's not
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Get the mayor out.
I don't know. I feel like he had time to put him
Yeah,
down.
I don't know.
but-
It kind of felt, when I was watching, it kind of felt like he was just kind of disgusted with just him
Yeah.
on top of
I
him.
think also there's an element of it where it's like Matt Murdock is going to look so fucking good in public
That's-
light now.
yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I said the
He
second.
just saved the fucking mayor.
And how like they were rushing people away, or like the guy with the taking photos fucking boiled his hand alive.
Yeah.
Someone else in that fucking room had to have taken a photo of
Yeah.
that incident.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
no doubt.
So you're gonna see that on the front news somewhere, and he's gonna look real good.
And Kingpin's going to be pissed.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gonna try and switch it around somehow too.
I mean, the Matt dove in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Fisk caught him
Yeah.
and then dropped him. Like, I don't know if he dropped him in disgust or what have you. I just think maybe he was just like, holy crap, he just saved my life, like in shock.
Maybe.
And then everything going on around him got
I
whiffed.
don't know. The facial expression.
I think he is disgusted
Yeah.
by Matt Murdock.
I don't know. I
I'd
hope
even-
they open the next episode with like paraphrasing that and then going into the story.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about like how good it is for Matt now, but I wonder, like, I feel like a good, like, I kind of would want them to do this, but like at the same time, I don't think they could handle it, like, as a plot.
Revealing that he's Daredevil.
Yeah, I think like that would be like the perfect response from fucking Kingpin.
But like, even if you do, like, Kingpin's kind of fucked because that makes vigilantes look
Look
good.
like good.
Yeah.
Vigilante just
just
saved
put-
the mayor.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, Red. You should have killed him.
Or
Yeah.
how about this? How about if Bullseye actually did not intend to kill Fisk?
And
I mean,
was-
he would have taken a headshot.
I don't know.
He never misses.
I
Oh.
also something
Maybe-
about like
Maybe
the
he was going
disgust
for-
on Bullseye's face too.
Or Matt's girlfriend.
I loved that shot.
Yeah.
Just Bullseye, just like completely fucking distraught and bewildered. Just like
Well, maybe he was going for his heart,
Maybe
not
not.
his head.
Maybe he was going to wound him. I mean, he could hit anything he wants.
Yeah.
He could shoot you without having to kill you.
I think it doesn't. I don't know. I think it could be his heart that he was going for.
It's still. Like,
You're right though. That like that is a thing to think about.
there's
Yeah.
a lot like maybe that was planned. Maybe he wanted to be the mayor that
Yeah.
got shot, and that would help him against vigilantes or whatever.
I think at this point though, we're beyond Bullseye doing favors for anybody.
Yeah, I mean-
yeah, I agree.
Because even he's like he keeps mentioning like I'm confused too. Like
Yeah, he's a complex character to
Yeah,
figure
no
out.
doubt.
Definitely.
also he has no reason to like Kingpin.
No, but again, Kingpin really wasn't involved with him that we know of.
Well, he killed his therapist. That was like his guiding light
true
person
true.
in season
yeah.
3.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no,
I said, why wouldn't he pop Vanessa if he was there for revenge?
I think what happens is he thinks it's Kingpin when it's not.
ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he was
'Cause
told
it-
that
we're
Kingpin
wide open now.
came
Kingpin
into
moved
Gen
him.
Pop.
Yeah, so that
You
could
know?
be it.
This is kind of nice, though, that we're not really
Yeah.
sure where it's going. And I
This
like
is the
this.
closest we've been to like a penguin
Yes,
type of.
absolutely.
It's a
going
good
in.
feeling.
Exactly.
What do you think of Matt taking the bullet though?
I think it's a Matt thing to do.
Yeah.
It's definitely a dare. Yeah.
Matt heard the whole thing transpiring. He knows what's going on. He just jumped in as Matt. It didn't matter who he was saving. He didn't. He shouldn't be killed. Due process should be done, and he should be put away.
Well,
but he shouldn't be killed. That's just Matt.
Was Matt's girlfriend in front of Fisk?
Well, that
I
was
don't
my
think
other
so.
thought.
No.
I thought they
No?
were dancing. But
If,
Because
I,
I thought
think
that's why-
Vanessa was the second closest to Fisk at that time.
Okay. All right. Because I thought that's the only reason why he maybe was
Mhm.
pushing her out of the way.
No,
But
I
no.
think it happened just because of like it's Matt's character, and it's like it calls directly back to that's what good men do.
Yeah.
They defend
Yeah.
their worst enemies.
I think the plot where it's like Matt realizing that due process doesn't fucking work
Hmm.
is like kind of like it's just weird because like
Yeah.
that's not like I don't know, they didn't give like a moment for him to switch back. I thought
Did he?
There's
Other than
an
that
element.
Bullseye
There's
conversation.
like an element of like his Catholicism at play. I feel like with the whole thing, but I can't exactly put my finger on what it is.
Did he actually know it was Bullseye, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
definitely
knew.
knew it was Bullseye.
Absolutely no.
He was locked in on
Well,
it.
he also heard someone. I think.
They were talking that he escaped.
Yeah.
Right.
But AJ hit the point, though. You with the saving or helping
One more thing that I want
your
to
worst
comment
enemy.
on about it is he knew it was Bullseye because he heard the gun the
Right.
same way that it happened with Foggy,
Right.
and he's doing what he couldn't do
Yeah.
for
Right.
Foggy.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. A lot of it all comes back around.
That takes a
right?
lot of oomph when you
Mhm.
think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's basically there because he figured out who or
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
Foggy died,
Mm-hmm.
and yet he still
Yeah.
throws himself in front of a bullet.
Yeah.
He wasn't there because the girlfriend asked him to this and that. That doesn't mean anything to him now. He's there because he had the opportunity to be there, and after he figured out the whole thing.
Where do you think the next episode starts?
Punisher has to come into the show.
Right,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Might
think
be that.
Daredevil's out. Now,
What
he's
if,
got to be in
uh,
the hospital. He got shot. you
Yeah.
know,
Does
he's
just
not-
Frank break him out of the hospital?
Or save him in the hospital because somebody's coming to take him out.
I could see
fucking
that.
Task Force.
Godfather
That's-
one.
Yeah,
Bull-
exactly. Yeah.
And we don't see the actual end, right? We don't see what happens after the shot.
No, it kind of
No.
just.
No, it just.
fades
And we
to
don't
red.
know. We don't know if he gets away.
Or yeah,
Bullseye.
What the crew's doing.
Yeah.
You know, his.
There's no
anti-
vigilante to take Bullseye out.
No.
So
Exactly.
But he's got his whole crew there.
Yeah.
Kingpin.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
all those cops.
Yeah.
They're not fucking
I mean,
stopping
you can just
Bullseye.
throw something.
Yeah,
and
no,
kill
but
them,
I'm saying,
you know?
Yeah.
is that what we're going to see then?
Yeah.
Because supposedly the rumor is this is supposed to be extremely
Violent. Yeah.
bloody and violent, and
Yeah.
the season finale.
Mhm.
I think it'll also be the longest episode. I think it's just under an hour at like 57 minutes.
Well, they woke me up with this one. so-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, most certainly.
during the Bullseye escape scene is why was he like so much less restrained?
Well, that's what I asked when he was sitting
Yeah.
in getting worked on. Why were his hands undone?
Yeah.
And there was like seemingly nothing there. He
Yeah.
definitely took something off
Yeah,
when he got
I-
up, but what was
I think
They
it was
had
just
just
like,
leather arm restraints.
Yeah.
yeah, but like I don't like his whole thing is his hands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and also like there was only like one guard.
And,
one
and
guy,
the guy
yeah.
and the guard was on him, like starting to restrain him, I guess. And that's
Yeah.
when he popped him in the eye with his tooth, and then killed him with scalpels or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, just like scissors.
Yeah,
just like
that's-
thinking
yeah,
of like think how much he had going into Gen Pop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think of Matt having like he's finally investigating Foggy's death? I thought that was a little bit weird. Like it's been over a year.
Yeah, I guess I could see it though. Like it only takes his entire life starting to fucking crumble for him to, I guess, make the connection.
Yeah.
Like all the extra noise is gone now, kind of.
Yeah, but this is the first episode, to expand on your point, that anything got it's like, why isn't anybody investigating why this cop got killed? Why aren't they investigating Matt because he outed him in the court? Like, yeah, go after this stuff. Make this, like,
Yeah.
people should be investigating this stuff. Nothing happened from the entire first episode all the way through till now.
nothing.
We still don't know who killed
White Tiger.
White Tiger.
White
yeah.
Tiger, or why Matt was investigated
I
for.
think-
It's like letting out the cat out of the bag, so to speak.
I wish that Benson and Moorhead were just the directors from the beginning, and I
Yeah.
wish that this season was 18 episodes because it could use it,
yeah.
especially with like the Punisher stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because like that, where is that gone?
Yeah, we've.
That's just completely like gone.
Yeah.
don't know. For me, I kind of see this season as it's kind of personally. I think the title card, the intro, and everything with him crumbling around. I think this is what the season is. Him everything crumbling, and then the next season is going to be him being rebuilt as Daredevil.
Reborn.
Yeah,
Reborn.
that's
Sorry.
actually really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going on.
Unfortunately, they didn't have to.
I think it's
kill
like
6
you know,
episodes.
Yeah.
But in the comics, doesn't he like almost go like insane because Fisk is sort of just screwing with him the whole time, and he sort of goes insane until he comes around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what happens in season 3 also. But
Fucking hated that.
what?
Him seeing Kingpin.
Yeah.
Stupid.
There's a really good one though where like he's clearly fucking like schizophrenic at that point, but he's like talking to himself basically. He was like, "Do you think God like doesn't know that you want to like kill yourself?" Basically.
Oh Jesus!
I don't know. That's like my favorite scene from season 3.
Fisk is looking good though.
Oh
Yeah.
When he
Yeah.
was talking with the
he's back.
swordsman,
Mhm.
he looked like he was like 9 feet
Exactly.
Yep.
tall. The guy was
And just that voice. I've gotten so into him
Yeah.
speaking like that now.
Yeah, you gotta start speaking like that.
I'm going to do the podcast like that now. I'm going to start getting bigger as time goes on.
It's just one episode.
I'm
You're
going to
in a
wear white every
suit.
episode.
Like that one thumbnail.
Mhm.
Have you seen the thumbnails I made?
He was just talking about
It's
it.
it's my favorite thumbnails.
Three
The
dads.
3 fat dads.
Punisher shows up and has to save him in the hospital, perhaps, and then takes him out, and then
Save
things
him
ensue.
from
I
who?
think we're
The
going to
task force.
either the task force, somebody coming
Or
to kill,
Bullseye.
or maybe Bullseye. Yeah, one or the other.
Oddly enough, I don't think Bullseye wants Matt dead.
I
No.
agree.
I don't
with
think
you.
so.
I have a
Yeah, yeah.
feeling
I
that
agree with you.
somehow that Matt and Bullseye are going to have to team up for something, and it
Really?
might be the task force.
I don't know if it's even going to happen in this season.
That
Yeah.
might not happen in this season, but I think that we're going to see Frank at least take a cop out, if
Wait,
not
This is going to be on
multiple. But this
They're
is going to
going to
be
leave
brutal.
us on a big cliffhanger,
Yeah,
aren't
but
they?
it's going to be brutal. I mean, AJ said something about something had been leaked about
It's not even
rebar-
leaked. It's just like
some rebar going through
promotional.
somebody's head.
Yeah, Frank throws a piece of rebarb so hard at a cop's head that it impales him. So
I think She-Hulk and Echo are gonna come out of nowhere and just whoop some ass.
Matt fucking like ghosted She-Hulk.
Yeah, I
He
don't
met
know.
her
Yeah, I don't
weird Hulk.
Yeah,
friend and
fucking like
she
so
ghosted
funny
her.
that he like went to like a breakfast like brunch
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
He's a
She-Hulk's
slut.
going to get a booty call going. And,
Matt Murdock is a slut.
but we knew that from the first
Oh yeah.
series.
He's,
Hey, anything's possible.
he's blind and only dates the fucking most beautiful
Yeah,
women.
exactly.
I know. After he dumps the therapist, man, who knows? Maybe he'll hire She-Hulk to come to his
Yeah.
law firm. Who
Yeah,
knows?
never know. The Green Giant herself.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nah, we're good.
Favorite? Do we even have we been
We
doing that?
have to. The whole episode
The
was
whole
my favorite.
Yeah.
beautiful.
I think I guess I'll just say
The show is reborn.
the
Born Again.
Born again.
highlight for me is Bullseye.
Bullseye breakout scene.
Not even the scenes, just Bullseye.
Mhm.
Just being able to incorporate him back in so seamlessly after all that time. And I just love the actor and the character.
I hope we get more shit like in season 3 of Daredevil when Matt breaks out of the prison. And it's just like a whole episode.
Mhm.
'Cause That I mean that is just fucking peak TV.
Yeah.
I just love shit like that.
I think we saw some Matt like that when he was in speaking with Bullseye when Bullseye was chained to the table. We saw that Matt starting to come back, like that tough Matt, and
Mhm.
we missed that this whole season.
I like the dynamic where they're definitely going to team up or something.
Mhm.
Not like almost begrudgingly, it has to be, but there's something with Bullseye's current relationship with him
Mhm.
that I don't exactly know what it is, but he's very
it's kind of just like he wants it to be Joker Batman.
he that, but like also like the whole like in another life like you'd be defending me thing is kind of interesting.
Mm.
I don't know. There's something about him where maybe Matt is like almost like what he wants to be, but he like will never achieve.
And like he just dug himself to a hole kind
Mhm.
of thing.
I just got one curious question. Why do you think Kingpin likes the Soprano Boy so much that he elevated him
He'll
to
burn
deputy?
for him.
Yeah.
I know he says stuff like that, but
It's just
still-
loyalty.
It's still out of character for the Kingpin to use someone that might be a wild card.
I think it's the family
I
thing.
disagree just
I think it's like, it's the
because
son.
at least the MCU and like Marvel TV Kingpin is so built on like loyalty as
Yeah.
like a premise.
Yeah, loyalty before ability.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a solid 9 for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy
I
9.
could say
8.5
9,
to a
yeah.
9 for me.
Mhm.
Like an 8, I guess.
My least favorite scene was Matt and
Heather.
Kristen talking to the guy that like frauded teachers.
Completely forgot about
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't
that
even
was-
know who the hell
Well, I
he
was
is.
saying to
Yeah.
Jack, like, it
Yeah.
seems like the entire setup to that got cut out,
right.
like from like an earlier episode or something.
Yeah.
He's kind of just there. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even talking about what he did or why he's
Yeah.
important.
It's kind of like a earlier episode issue where it's like this one thing is just happening to get us to a payoff.
Yeah.
Where it's like Matt's like, the system is fucked up. It's all chaos. We're babysitting chaos.
I'd say my least favorite is probably like Heather and just that whole her using her as an excuse to like over explain shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't say it. Say it so. I'm excited for the finale.
Yeah.
Hey, I believed all along that once we got here, it'd be good. So,
Yeah.
all right, that was our review for Daredevil episode 8. Next time we will be watching the finale. I can't believe it's over. Until I don't know, next year or something.
Yeah.
So yeah,
26.
I'm excited for episode 9. Hopefully we see some great action, some great
Yeah.
storylines coming
Certainly going to see some
to
action.
ahead. Pretty sure we're going to be getting Daredevil, Kingpin, Bullseye, Punisher, Karen Page,
I hope not.
maybe?
I
Heather, maybe? Muse is back? I don't know. We'll see. It should be good, though.
It should be good.
I think they're going to have Howard the Duck and the Ring camera. Have Howard the Duck, the Ring camera.